One time only, top 5 women's wrestlers of the week time.
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are entering our one time only top 5 women's wrestlers of the week. And the next 20 minutes, we are going to hit our top 5 men
I was tempted to throw in the Bellas just as a troll, but no, because I'm not going to disrespect the women who actually put on A shows. And this is probably fairly predictable, but number 5, Io Shirai. Number 4, Sasha Banks.
Wait, why did you... But you have to also provide reasons why you're picking these women. Io Shirai lost her NXT Women's Championship.
I understand, but it takes 2 to tango. These were great matches, and you know the loser has to make the winner look like $1 million. The loser has to be part of the story. It's a dance. It's a story. It's theater, and I think they played their parts brilliantly. Sasha made Bianca look great just as much as Bianca made Bianca look great.
I mean, I feel like I'm about to pull a Steve here, but like, Io Shirai lost.
I understand she lost, but that's because the script writer told her to lose. If the script writer wrote it the other way, it would still be a great match.
But she still lost. What? You know what?
What's the most memorable match in wrestling that is not Hulk Hogan versus the Warrior or Andre the Giant? It is Bret Hart putting Stone Cold Steve Austin with blood on his face in a sharpshooter where Stone Cold Steve Austin passed out. That is the iconic match. Who won the unsanctioned match between Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa? Thunder Rosa won. Everyone remembers Britt Baker. You can win in a loss. They did their parts. They did their jobs.
I don't really think Io Shirai did that great in that loss, but you know what? Okay, so you said number 4 was Sasha Banks?
Yep.
All right, I understand why, because Sasha Banks. All right, what are your other 3?
Well, number 3 is pretty predictable. Number 3 is Raquel Gonzalez, the NXT Women's Champion, the new one. Number 2 is the new Raw Women's Champion, Rio Ripley, and number 1 is the superstar of the week, at least in the women's division, Bianca Belair, the SmackDown Women's Champion.
Okay. Well, thank you, Jeff. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be my top 5 women's wrestlers of the week, and yes, this is actually going to be a legit top 5 of the week, not just some thrown together crap. So my number 5 is going to be Shotsy and Ember. You know, they retained their tag team titles against the annoying tag team, The Way. Very happy for Shotsy and Ember. A lot of people hate on Shotsy because apparently she's still too green in the business, and that, you know, she's too new. I think she's doing just fine. I mean, she's already a champion in WWE. She's been there for less than 2 years, and yeah. So number 4, I'm gonna pick Rhea Ripley. I know maybe some people would have thought that I would put her higher up on the card, on my counts. But the reason that I put Rhea Ripley at my number 4 is because even though she won the Raw Women's Championship, it was a very lackluster match. I really expected a whole lot more out of this match, but I can understand that if Asuka was injured and you're trying to protect her, that is the best way to go. So, number 3, I have Raquel Gonzalez, my girl. She won the NXT Women's Championship after being in the company for such a short amount of time. She's been in the company for what? I mean, if we're talking about debuts and stuff, realistically, she's been on TV since October and November of 2019. But
I've said this before about Raquel Gonzalez. In the last 15 months, she has gone from Diesel Shawn Michaels bodyguard, Kevin Nash, to Kevin Nash, founder of the NWO, which took about 5 years to get him from one place to the other. She's done that in 15 years. And I don't mean just, she's got a much better moveset. She's a much more skilled wrestler. But I mean roles. She went from the heavy, the muscle, the bodyguard. Now she's a breakout star on her own. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do it that fast besides maybe Kurt Angle.
Right. Raquel Gonzalez is already NXT Women's Champion after about a year and 4 months on being on that NXT active roster, but that's besides the point. Number 2, I got Sasha Banks. The same reason that you picked her, Jeff, for being one of the first African American women to main event WrestleMania in history. That is amazing. I am so happy for Sasha Banks. And Bianca Belair, the same story. Bianca Belair, of course, coming in at my number 1, having one of the greatest WrestleMania moments and in my opinion, one of the greatest WrestleMania main events of all time, winning the SmackDown Women's Championship. That is my top 5 women's wrestlers of the week. All right, Jeff. So once again, since you're my new co-host here at Unpopular Review, Monday Night Raw Results Edition, the A Show, we are going to let you go first. Jeff, what were your male top 5 wrestlers of the week?
Lots of good choices this week. Lots of good choices. A lot of winners didn't make it. And so David's going to have the same criticism for me, probably. But number 5, the new NXT champion, Karrion Kross. I think this was his best match in NXT. Finn did great too, but it was an excellent match, a lot of fun. The right guy won. He looked strong, but not invincible, like just a tough guy. And it was a good win. Number 4, the beat goes on with Smashley. I'd like to put him at number 1, especially after his win against Riddle tonight. But I'm keeping him at 4 just because I thought the main event, night 2 of WrestleMania, might have been the best wrestling period I've seen in 7 years. And the only reason I say 7 years is because my favorite match of pretty much of all time was when Brock Lesnar basically suplexed John Cena 16 times in a row and just destroyed him. So that's an evil dose kind of match. But I thought this match was excellent. I thought it was choreographed amazing. How the tap outs were blocked by the person who wasn't achieving the tap out. Just all of it. Edge's facial expressions. I've never been an Edge guy, but he was great. Daniel Bryan, just everything was great. So my number 3 and number 2 can be changed around. But number 3 is Edge. Number 2 is Daniel Bryan because he was the one who was making those last split-second saves, so that he gets a little extra nod for that.
God, I don't want to hear your number 1. I already know who's going to be. Oh,
well,
God.
Of course, it's Roman Reigns. The tribal chief, the head of the table. The Roman Reigns, the undisputed champion who should be champion for the next 3 years.
That cheater doesn't deserve Jack squat. But you know what? Thank you so much for your top 5.
There's no cheating in a no disqualification match, David.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's Jey Uso. All right, so my top 5 male wrestlers of the week.
No Jimmy.
My phone right here.
I hope your phone loses battery so you can remember it.
Up at number 5, we have Roman Reigns. I put him at the bottom because he cheated and he didn't deserve the title win. He used Jey Uso and steel chairs and all this crap, and then people gave Edge crap when he started busting out the steel chairs. But yeah, Roman Reigns, bottom of my list. That's what he gets. Number 4, we got 2 guys, actually. We got Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly had one of the best and one of the most brutal and hellacious matches in NXT history, with Adam Cole being carried out on a stretcher after the match.
Ruben, what's up, man? We missed you. Where you been?
What's going on, Ruben? Good to see you, man. We are in the middle of our top 5 wrestlers of the week. But yeah, like I said, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly. That's my number 4. Number 3, we got Apollo Crews putting over Baba Tunde. And deservedly winning the Intercontinental Championship.
Whoa. You yell at me about Roman and the cheating. Apollo did the same level of cheating.
Apollo didn't cheat. He did what he had to do to win.
Because it was a no DQ match. So Apollo didn't cheat. Now,
exactly, he didn't cheat.
Neither did Roman. It's a no DQ match.
Roman cheated.
I mean, Apollo cheated twice as much because he had a 7-foot guy do it, while Roman had a 5'2" guy do it.
I don't care. Roman didn't deserve to win. But number 2, we got Bad Bunny. I know this is probably going to shock you, but I got Bad Bunny because he surprised everyone by putting one of the best matches in WrestleMania history on night 1 of WrestleMania. I really have high hopes that Bad Bunny will eventually return and do great things in the near future. But for right now, best of luck to Bad Bunny. I know he's going to go back out there and start making music again. But thank you so much for
sticking. Well, he's going on tour. You saw that commercial.
That's not till February, though.
Still, he's going on tour in 2022. You going to get his tickets? Me and you, us buddies, pals, going together? Lots of coke? Yeah, great.
He said, where are they? Okay. All right. Anyways, number 1, we got my man, Bobby Smashley. Dominance continues as the almighty WWE Champion rightfully retained his WWE Championship at WrestleMania against Drew McIntyre. I was so happy. I really was praying and hoping that they wouldn't take this title off of Bobby. He just won it, and I really hope that same thing does not happen at WrestleMania Backlash. But I'm going to continue to support our product. And, yeah. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.